Okay, so we start with this story that is making rounds, and it says that the Accra High Court Commercial Division has reportedly ordered the sale of two mansions owned by former Ghanaian footballer for football star Michael Essien, and according to a report by Daily Guide Network.com, which was cited by Love Sports. The properties are located at Stephen Kwashi Crescent, East Legon, house number 9 and house number 204/205 Trasako Phase 2, Ghana, all in Accra. The auctioneer, who is charged with disposing of the properties and spoke on condition of anonymity, confirmed the order by the Deputy Sheriff of the High Court. Now, the auctioneer estimates that one of the properties is valued between $20 million and $30 million. Do you have those kind of houses here in Ghana? Anyway, now with the details of the court processes, although the details of the court processes remain unclear, a report also by KGHO communicates that the former Chelsea star has been battling some financial issues, including unpaid loans. All right, so unfortunate story in there. Now to the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and the team's head coach and management member, Dr. Prosper Natogum, has revealed that the club's poor season was due to poor recruitment. Now, the former Wafa coach who spoke to the Asante Kotoko official media says he was not in charge of the initial recruitment exercise by the club due to his late appointment, resulting in their poor form. Prosper Natogum says with most of the top players in the local scene already gone on the transfer market after his appointment, he had no choice but to fall on inexperienced lower division players who failed to show up during the season.
These were not the ideal ones that I wanted, but then because of the period when I came in, most of the players I wanted had already been engaged by other clubs, so it was very difficult to get them. So because we had in mind project of trying to rebuild, so I thought it probably prudent that we bring in players from lower divisions to try and groom them. But then when they were brought in, I think the pressure, the dynamics of Kumasi Asante Kotoko are different from when you are playing or coaching other teams. So these players couldn't cope with the pressure, and that, as I said, created a lot of anxiety in them, and it actually didn't augur well. So ideally, these were not my first choice. Players.
Okay, now the Asante Kotoko coach also blamed the senior players of the team for their poor mentorship of their new colleagues, resulting in their poor showing, and they just ended the league.
Yeah, I think it was due to their individual performances. I think individually they were not there, and again, I think the senior players or the old players who were supposed to guide them didn't give them that enough mentorship, feelings around them, and I think that actually affected us. And this created some sort of imbalance in the team, because like if you look at even the German national team for now, it's a blend of experience and inexperience, old and the young. So basically that was what we expected, that especially those who have seen it before in the team were going to do. But then it didn't happen that way. And we didn't also have that harmony that we expected to have because of this lack of mentorship from both sides, from the senior players. And I think this actually affected the team chemistry.
So there was no harmony amongst the team's players in the course of the season. All right. Now, meanwhile, the Asante Kotoko coach went on and has delivered a subtle jab at the former CEO of the club, Nana Yamponsa, and his followers. I'm responding to a question on why a section of the club's followers expressed open happiness when the team were losing games. Ogum said he believes that was because of the way he exited the former administration, and maybe their followers were not too happy about that decision. That's how come they will express their happiness when the team loses games.
I don't think so, because I still believed that we could get out of the trouble we found ourselves in at that period. Because as a coach, there are low moments and high moments in a team. And for me, it wasn't so much of a bother, because most of those people who were happy about our losses, somebody like me, and I'm sure you yourself knew where they were coming from because of the manner in which I exited. I knew some of these things were going to come up. But then the only way to have silenced some of these things was to win games. So I didn't give up. I was very optimistic. I knew that if the players become cooperative, they become determined, and they become confident in the process, we'll be able to overturn things. So I never gave up. I was very optimistic, because I believe that perpetual optimism is a force multiplier.
All right, so that's Prosper Nato Gumba. Meanwhile, the club, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, have announced the mutual termination of the contracts of some of their players while also deciding not to renew the contract of some of the players, including the likes of Danlad Ibrahim. And so 11 players officially on the website, the Twitter handle of the club, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they named the players as Ofori Ziggy, Isaac Opon, Puate Moyes is a goalkeeper, Danlad Ibrahim also a goalkeeper, Augustine Japan, Yaya Dawuni, Nicholas Mensah, Sharif Mohammed, Carlo Ouattara, John Tedeku, and Sergi Eric Zeze. So out of this 11, Carlo Ouattara and Ofori Ziggy were the two new ones that were brought in by Prosper Nate Ogum. So those are the stories from the camp of Kotoko. There's more to come in our subsequent bulletins anyway. Now, away from that, England midfielder of Ghanaian descent, Kobbie Mainoo, has stated that playing for the Three Lions was his dream. Mainoo was on Ghana's radar, and was keenly followed, but the Manchester United prodigy chose to play for England instead. Now, speaking ahead of England's second group game at Euro 2024, he admitted that he considered playing for Ghana, and he is proud of his ancestry, but playing for England was his dream.
Was that true, and was it close? Were you tempted?
Obviously proud of my Ghanaian heritage, and there was speculations and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, it's always been a dream to play for England, so I'm happy to be here.
So that was never sort of a serious option for you, I guess?
Considered, but I want to play for England.
All right, so let's do something else. And the coach of the Black Challenge, Ghana's amputee football team, Richard Obeng, has disclosed the team's struggles before and during their victorious campaign at the 2024 African Amputee Football Cup of Nations. And this is in response to the Minister of Youth and Sports, that is Honorable Mustafa Yusuf. Now, according to the coach of the Black Challenge, a significant challenge was the lack of one of their major challenges was the lack of jerseys before their trip, forcing the team to purchase a set of jerseys from the popular Kantamanto market. Now, Obeng's statement comes in the wake of the Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf's public dissatisfaction with the amputee football team for accepting donations from outside sources without first consulting his office. His disapproval followed the team's receipt of $10,000 from former President John Dramani Mahama as a token for appreciation for winning consecutive AFCON titles. Speaking in an interview on Star FM in Accra, Obeng lamented on their struggles, revealing they had to buy jerseys from the open market at Kantamanto before playing for the tournament.
But when the government sponsored us, the minister said by buying our ticket and paying for our participation fee alone.
What do you mean by alone?
That was what the sponsorship the minister was talking about. That was all, my brother. No jerseys. Don't go far. You know, in our sports, when you pay the participation...
No. Are you saying that the ministry didn't provide for your jerseys too?
No, we bought our jerseys from Kantamanto, my brother. Exactly.
So what about hotel, food, accommodation?
Hotel is being taken care of by the local organization committee, my brother. We did not even have camping days. Our budget, we never received anything from our budget. The only thing we received from our budget is the participation fee, which was 8,500.
All right, so these guys did not receive any per diem, no bonuses, nothing. And if they come back and somebody's giving them money, they go and take to them. The Minister of Youth and Sports is complaining and talking and chastising them publicly. They should come and account for money. What did you give them before they left? What did you give them? You gave them nothing, only participation fee of 8,500. How were you expecting them to go and survive? Just to go and survive on the meals from the hotel? They can't survive like that on somebody's land. Shall I give the boys a break? Now, meanwhile, the captain, Richard Obeng, has revealed that the donations received for the victory have already been spent. Every bit of this competition, yes, and it's from tomorrow. We bring you live commentary once again on the games that will be coming up tomorrow. But today, interesting games, and yesterday we witnessed another interesting encounter and some wonderful goals being scored in those games. Turkey against Georgia, wonderful goal. Portugal against Czech, the same, and I really enjoyed myself. And teenager Adagula, yes, of Real Madrid scored another great goal on his European Championship debut as Turkey broke Georgia's heart with a thrilling 3-1 victory in Dortmund. ESPN's Dan Thomas, who watched the game at the Signal Iduna, believes Turkey versus Georgia has been the best game of the Euro so far, and I honestly completely agree with him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was outstanding from start to finish. This Georgia team, for their first ever Euros, to play like they did, okay, they play very deep because they don't have players as good as Turkey or obviously other countries. But then when they have the ball, they try to play their goal. They move the ball so well. It's a really good team, collective goal. This Turkey side has a lot of talent, and we're not sure about Vincenzo Montella. He's under pressure because they didn't really play well going into this tournament. But Arda Güler, the goal, I mean, the first goal already, the volley is great, but the Arda Güler goal is incredible. He's 19.
Really, really incredible. And yesterday, the two teams, Georgia and Turkey, when before the start of the game, when the two teams were singing the national anthem, you could feel the passion at the stadium. And I tell you, it brought goosebumps, although I don't come from any of those countries anyway. But elsewhere, Francisco Conceição scored a late winner as Portugal fought back from a goal down to beat Czech Republic in Leipzig. Now, Portugal boss Roberto Martinez says they played as a team, and that pleased him the most.
We played a very good game. You look at the stats at the end of the game, it shows 70% possession. We had to defend very, very well. What it pleases me the most is that we were a team. It's the discipline that during the adversity of being 1-0 down and being able to control the game, it would have been very easy to blame each other, to become a group of individuals. And
all right, now former Arsenal and Chelsea star Cesc Fabregas watched the game, and he commended Portugal for grinding results against a stubborn opponent.
Yeah, definitely, because it happened the worst thing, when you play against this type of games, this type of teams, and you don't score, and then all of a sudden they scoring one chance that they got. This is the worst, scenario that you can feel inside as a player, where you have to, now perform the other way around. But they managed, they stuck to the plan, they changed their positional game a little bit. They put Cancelo out wide, they took a defender off and put a little bit of more of a gamble up front as they had to, and in this case it worked out very well.
Now, meanwhile, former Chelsea boss Frank Lampard also watched the game and is confident that Portugal will improve and grow into the tournament with time.
Well, I think the talent, which we spoke about before, and we saw glimpses of it there, that can win you games, that's always going to be a big factor. I think they're still searching a little bit. I think it's a good game for Roberto to look at it there. I think they've got their 3 points. They'll be happy with that. I think the system, we spoke a lot. I think we'll look again at that. I think Roberto's a fantastic coach, and maybe we'll see them looking slightly different as it goes on.
And he's changed his work.
All right, stay with the Euros. Today at 1 p.m., Croatia are playing against Albania in Group A, and we have Germany playing against Hungary at 4 p.m. The Croatia-Albania game is at 1 p.m. Germany-Hungary is at 4 p.m. And German manager Julian Nagelsmann says the blend of young and experience in his team makes him confident of his team.
I think it's important that the young players, the young talented players, are open-minded, listen to the older players with big experience to improve solutions for different situations, especially when you talk about pressure, when you talk about expectation of fans, situations to deal with on the pitch and off the pitch. So I think have a good mix. It's really good. And
all right, now Scotland are playing against Switzerland at 7 p.m. Remember, they lost their first game 5-1 to the host Germany, and their left back and captain Andy Robertson has responded to pundits and fans who criticized his team after that defeat to Germany in the
It's easy to talk about a game of football before or after the game, whatever you want, but it's not as easy to go out and do it. That's fine for them, they get paid to do that, and we respect that, but we have to act. We have to be on the pitch and we have to do a lot better on the pitch, and that's what we're focused on. We need to be confident that we can perform to our highest level, and if we do that, then I believe that we can cause any team problems.
All right, so that'll be it for sports here this morning on the Love Sports Centre. It's the Love Sports Centre coming to you. Courtesy of Pack, blows your pain away. OneXBet.com, they are your reliable bookmaker, and also Django Energy Drink, the best energy drink you can get on the market. Now, due to the high school debate, you're unable to come your way with the Sports Blaze at 3 p.m. So that'll be it for sports here. But if you go on our Facebook page and our website, there are more sports stories in there for you to enjoy. My name is Delali Atiasi. Enjoy the rest of the day, but always remember to keep your doors locked here on Love 99.5 FM. Bye-bye.
FPAC is